Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I thought it'd be fun to do some Valentine's themed desserts. So I have a couple recipes in mind that I would like to try. So let's get right into making these desserts and see how they turn out. So the first thing that we are going to be making is some miniature apple pies of sorts, and of course they're going to be heart-shaped, so this just makes them super fun and festive. We are starting off with just slicing up our apples, getting them diced up and ready to go. And I am using the Gala apples. I believe that's what I used. I think the recipe calls for Granny Smith, so I think you can use whatever apples that you prefer. And today's Valentine's themed desserts are not very chocolatey, which if you're like me and don't really enjoy chocolate that much, these will be perfect for you. I'm going to go ahead and just get the oven preheated. It has to heat up to 400 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and get that started, adding in the lemon juice, and then I'm going to melt some butter, about 3 tablespoons of butter, and then we'll add that into the apples, and then of course add in some brown sugar as well as a little bit of cinnamon. And I have Chloe here, she's helping me to get these all stirred up really good. And I'm going to use this puff pastry and see how this works. I don't think I've ever used the puff pastry for a recipe before, but it makes it super easy to use, and I'm going to use heart shapes like I said, and I couldn't find any cookie cutters, which would definitely be a lot easier, but this close to Valentine's Day I couldn't find any heart-shaped cookie cutters anymore, so I just cut out a heart from paper, and I'm just going to use that as a template and cut around it with a knife. It worked pretty good and worked fairly easy, but a cookie cutter would definitely work a lot faster. I'm just making so that my heart was able to get 4 out of each sheet, and then I'll also cut this heart down just a little bit and then get 1 smaller heart out of the middle. So what I love about the recipes that I'm sharing today, they are super easy, something really quick that you can make for Valentine's Day if you need a Valentine's Day themed dessert. Super easy, and that's what I love about these. I put my heart shapes on some parchment paper here on some sheet pans, and then we'll get to filling them with our apple pie filling. I thought it'd be easier to fill them if I just remove them from the sheet pan, that way I won't have a flat surface to work with. So I'm just putting a little bit of the apple filling into each of the heart shapes. And Chloe is using the extra dough that we had. She's cutting out some shapes of her own that she's going to bake a little bit later on. Before I'm sealing these up, I'm going to just put an egg wash around the perimeter of each one, and then we'll put on another one of those heart shapes on top. Now if you have a really small heart-shaped cutter, you can cut out a smaller heart in the center of each one of these. It makes it super cute. But my dough was getting too soft to cut out a heart in the middle, so I'm just going to snip it a little bit later with a scissors. You'll see me doing that here in a little bit. And then of course we'll put the egg wash on top. I did sprinkle a little bit of white sugar on top of the egg wash then. And then we'll slip it back onto our sheet pan and they're ready to bake. There are a few that are done and they really puffed up, super cute, and I love how they turned out. The flaky dough was really good as well. And then to just finish these off, I'm just making a quick glaze with some powdered sugar and water, and then just getting it to the right consistency, and then we'll drizzle each one with our glaze. And then I also have some really cute Valentine's themed sprinkles that we'll put on top. And these sprinkles are nice and chunky. They're bigger pieces, and then some smaller sprinkles as well. So I really like these. They looked really festive. And here are Chloe's little cutouts that she made. And we sprinkled some cinnamon and sugar on top of hers before we baked them. That way they'd have a little bit of flavor, some cinnamon flavor to them. And now she's just putting some butter on top. And then we'll also sprinkle these with some glaze and of course some sprinkles. And here are our finished little miniature apple pies. These were really good, super delicious, and what a fun Valentine's Day dessert. So our next recipe is almost not a recipe, but it is basically this cake mix, a red velvet cake mix that we'll be making into some really cute cookies. So they'll be red. So we're just mixing up our cake recipe here, adding in the oil, 2 eggs, and then 1/4 a cup of flour, and then just mixing this up really well. This gets really stiff. And then we're adding in 1 cup of white chocolate chips. And I found that mixing in the chocolate chips actually worked better just with a spoon rather than the hand mixer. You can mix them in a little bit better. And then we'll just put these out onto a sheet pan, getting them ready to bake. And Weston is going to come up and beg for a chocolate chip. I'm loving how the white chocolate chips are popping out against the red cookie here. I did roll them a little bit. I thought maybe they would bake a little bit better this way, but I don't really know if this is a necessary step. And here is our first pan of cookies all done. And look at that white chocolate popping out against the red. I think they look so festive as well. So I hope you enjoyed those couple little Valentine's Day desserts or snack ideas. Maybe that'll help get your mind thinking of something that you could make as well. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I will see you next time. Bye!